What's up, guys? Welcome to the first episode of the Asian Boss Boy podcast. We did this episode last week, and the video was focusing on the mic the whole time, so we redid that, and I didn't like the way I sounded, so I did a solo podcast by myself, and it turned out pretty good because of the way I spoke. I kept saying so, and a lot. So I want to redo it and do it justice. But today we have my co-host, Perry Liang. We've been friends for 12 years.
Decade and a half around there?
Almost a decade and a half.
Decade and a half?
Since middle school.
Yeah.
We were friends like 2007.
2007.
Yeah, so almost a decade and a half.
We know each other pretty well.
Pretty well.
Pretty well.
That's why we're doing this. If you guys are new here and you don't know my message, I'm trying to help the modern Asian American guy become more confident, outgoing, and athletic. And this podcast is going to be another extension of what I do on YouTube. We're going to talk about more about relationships, dating, money. That's going to be episode for today. Experiences, things we've gone through as Asian American men, and our perspective of what's going on right now. And yeah, so I have Perry as my co-host, and periodically I'll probably do a solo episode if I feel like talking and I feel like I have a perspective on something. But most of the time, I'm going to have a co-host or someone talk about some shit.
I'm just here for fun.
He's trying to get that bread. He's trying to get that side income.
I'm trying to get a side income.
Once we make this podcast popular and we make 80K.
That's some side income.
Side income. But today, yeah, talking about income, I want to talk about finances, money. Because I've learned a lot from you. I mean, because we talk about money a lot.
We're comfortable talking about money.
And I feel like money isn't talked about a lot with other people.
Not just in Asians in general. I think a lot of people don't talk about money, which is unfortunate. Because where are you going to get the knowledge to invest your money and all these other ways to make money besides just getting a 9 to 5 or a sales job? You don't. So the definition of passive income, you don't need to do anything with it. It just generates you money, and that's the goal for pretty much a lot of our generation. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's even taboo to talk about with your friends.
Oh really? I never cared about it.
Not really taboo, but if you ask someone how much money you make.
Oh yeah.
Or which is something that I've learned over the past couple of years too. But to be curious.
If I don't know them, I won't tell them how much I make. But if they're friends or even close friends, I don't mind telling them how much I make because I don't care, because you don't know how much money I make, but what about taxes? What about deductions? What about investments? Things I gotta pay? How my lifestyle I live? It all affects how much I net overall. So that doesn't really matter to me, and because I'm not flashing my money around, I don't really care about that kind of stuff. So.
And backstory on Perry, he's an accountant.
I have a degree in accounting. Yeah.
Yeah. So you make that bank.
I make okay.
You make good money.
I make okay.
Stable money.
Stable money. Like what every Asian wants, stable accounting. Unfortunately, still STEM, but not really STEM.
No, it's STEMs.
STEM?
Yeah.
It's still counted STEM? The business one?
Yeah.
Science.
Yeah. I guess.
Tech.
Yeah. It still counts as it.
Yeah.
Fact check us.
Yeah. Fact check.
But going back to middle school, because I was thinking about this a while ago, and I had a coaching meeting with my other coach, which was about dating and everything, but we talked about society and social circle, and we talked about money. And we looked at each other's bank accounts. Not each other's bank accounts, but we thought about the money that we have in our bank accounts, and that reflects on what we're doing in our lives, and that affects us every single day, right?
Yeah.
Because if you look at your bank account, if you're negative, you might be doing something wrong.
If you're living by credit card and owing money, that's really gonna hurt your income and how you grow your income as well. Fortunately, I always had money in my account where I never had to worry about buying anything. But at the same time, I never spent like I had money, or because I always save my income, and I don't. Besides food, I don't really buy much things, to be honest. I never really needed video games. Never really needed all these other like. I don't know what people buy, like clothes. I don't really buy too much clothes. I just go to Uniqlo, buy like $5 or something, and edit that out. No free sponsorships.
No free sponsorships.
Bleep that out. Bleep that out.
Yeah.
No free sponsorships.
If we get famous,
Yeah.
we're asking Uniqlo for a sponsorship later.
Yeah.
But you're very frugal. Even when we
Pretty frugal. Yeah.
met in middle school, you're very, very frugal.
Pretty frugal.
To the point where I don't think you ever went out to eat with us at Crossroads.
No, I never. Yeah.
You never really went out with us. You
No.
were always studying. Well, studying,
so, yeah.
saving money. You usually ate at home.
Ate at home. Yeah.
Did you have reduced lunch?
I think so.
Because low income families
Yeah.
have
Pretty
reduced lunches, right?
Yeah, I think I had reduced income.
Yeah.
I had reduced lunch at school because on the first, well, my parents are, I think they're people say they're not first generation because people say that usually when your parents come they're first generation, but then usually when their kids are second generation, but a lot of people think that the kids are the first generation. So take it however you want. I'm either first generation or second generation. Regardless, my siblings and I are the first to get an education, a college degree. You don't really need it if you know what you want and college is not for you. You don't need it. But I wanted to go to college and I wanted to be one of the first to get a degree. It doesn't matter. It didn't really matter what. But obviously your parents push you towards a STEM major, or my parents did at least. From there, I only worked during the summer, but I grinded pretty hard in the summer. I'm pretty sure I worked 60 hours for an entire summer, every single day. 2 jobs. One was waiting tables. One was just a standard like sandwich shop. No free sponsorships. You're gonna find out where I worked. And I would make really good money. I make like $12K, and that would last me throughout the college. I got a little bit from my parents, but I never asked for more, because the 12K should last relatively 7. How long school year? My school year was I think 9 months, but every
9 months,
10
months.
Every break I would come back and I would just pick up 40 hours, that would just be enough to carry me over. So I had enough to know that I don't need to worry about if I want to buy a grocery, I can just buy groceries. But I always shopped in the discount aisle, the manager special, always, because you just grab the food, you freeze it, and you're good. No need to be. I'm not really scared about if it expires. That's not recommended. It doesn't actually go bad on that date. I freeze it and you're still good.
Yeah, you're good.
Defrost it and then cook it again. You're good again. And you butcher your own chickens. Free stock, free bones for stock, free meat, chicken thighs, chicken wings. You save it all up and you have chicken wings. And all this stuff. I just had to learn on my own because I don't think my parents taught me how to debone, but as regarding finances and everything, all they ever said was save your money. That was it. That was the extent of my knowledge. I didn't actually started. So I invest majority of my money into stocks. With that money, it would hopefully eventually generate more income than my actual wage, because the goal for me is to actually retire in 15 years. I'm 26, 27 in like a week or so. So my goal is ultimately to retire 40-ish, 45-ish. But then again, I might get bored, so I might take a low paying job just for fun, a little side money. But
this?
No, for this, yeah, it is. But eventually, it should be self-sufficient. So for those that need advice or don't know where to start, just the knowledge is out there. There's so many YouTube people that can explain it better than I can, and can tell you why they believe certain stocks to invest in, such as dividend stocks, growth stocks, ETFs, all these other things that can generate you money safely. But also know that be comfortable whatever you're putting in there, be comfortable with losing it as well, because not every single stock will do well. Don't FOMO. Don't buy. FOMO is fear of missing out. Don't FOMO buy. Do your research. Research the companies that you're buying into. What are they selling? What does their financials look like? What was the financials last year? Learn how to read a 10Q or 10K I think, and a full year's review of the company that you're buying. And depending on how you want to invest, for me, and this is how I recommend, if you're young like me, go for the riskier stocks, and then as you get older, you move your money more towards stable stocks that don't move as much, that basically retain wealth. When you're older, you're trying to retain your wealth. When you're younger, you're trying to be more aggressive and try and gain your wealth. Some people recommend a three portfolio.
Mm-hmm.
One relatively, like, I don't know the percentages, but one like relatively high aggressive gains, one medium, and then one's more stable, like dividends. That stuff that doesn't, like, they're at the top of their market. There's nothing else that they can do, so they give you a little bit. Their growth is not as extreme, but it all depends on what you want. Because if you lose it, you have a couple more years to gain it back. But try to reach the first 100K as fast as possible. Then once you reach that first 100K, you can finally like step off the gas a little bit. Once you have the 100K, I think the average return a year, S&P 500, or just in general, is like 10%, I think. Mm-hmm. So if you do that 10% return every single year with 100K, it should be 10K next year, 11, and so on as it grows. It gets better, it gets faster. The first 100 is really hard. Then the 200 is relatively faster. Then from there, 300 is even faster from there. But you just need to get to that amount as fast as possible. But as soon as you start working, I think my perspective on money has completely changed. Because before, like, I'll get money from my parents, and you're like, all right, I guess it's going to cost $50. I don't care. But once you start working minimum wage, I think minimum wage was like $8 when I first got a job. I realized that, this...
$7.50 at Jamba Juice.
I got $8.10.
What the hell?
I got $8.10 when I started.
Fuck.
Yeah, she gave me $8.10. Minimum wage was like... she gave me...
Shit.
It was either $8.50 or something, but she gave me $8.80 or something. I think it was something like that, or $8.10. It might have been $8, but she gave me $8.10. When I would go get a Chipotle or something, like, it's only, instead of like seeing it, it's only $8. Now it's only 1 hour of work. So your perspective changes completely. Like, how many hours do I need to work to afford to buy this? Then once you realize that, your perspective changes. And then when I would get money from my parents and everything, they would, like, let's say they give me $100, and I'll be like, wow, I gave me $100 in 2 seconds, but it takes me more than a whole shift, because there's income tax, there's FICA, there's Medicare, there's all these other things deducted, so I think I have to work like maybe 12, 13 hours to just get that $100.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, wow, my perspective has gotten more. I got more frugal at certain times, but if I go out, like, I'm not really thinking about, oh, it's gonna cost me $20 or like $5. But I also heard, like, if you're rich, or you have money, you don't look at the price tag on the menu. You look at if it sounds good. I don't remember who told me that. I think we were talking about it in the car yesterday.
Really?
Going, yeah, I think, or something like that. I think it was either you or one of our friends saying that they don't look at the price tag. Look at this sounds good. I'm gonna order this, and this. But then when, like, I make okay money, but I still look at the price tag. Oh, it's $25. Oh, it's $8. But I'm making money. I got paid.
Like yesterday, like, we went to get
donuts.
Okay, donuts was a steal. It was a Thanksgiving deal.
Yeah. It's
$13 for two dozen, which is a steal.
That's pretty good. There's like 4, 5, 6, 7 of us eating donuts. So, like, that's a pretty good steal.
Yeah, but then we went
treat yourself sometimes.
We went to a curry spot, and each dish was $14-$15, and then you had to add tax. So total, we got 2 dishes. It was like 25 plus tip. $30 for 2 dishes. I'm like, bro.
It's expensive. Well, we live in Washington. I think we have one of the highest minimum wages, but we have also the highest taxes for property, I think. Mm-hmm. So,
it's expensive.
It's expensive. Minimum wage is like $12 now.
Yeah.
They're pushing it to 15, so everything's getting inflated. The
right.
prices, yeah. There's nothing you can do.
Yeah, you can't do anything about it. But because since you were in middle school, you were hella frugal. Like
That's
your
pretty
parents,
frugal,
I think even my parents said save money and don't be in debt.
Yeah.
But low key, I'm addicted to spending money that
You are.
sometimes I don't have.
You're like,
But I've learned, right? Oh, I'm gonna go back to middle school, or yeah, even high school. I was addicted to eating.
you go
I
out.
love
You go out to eat Subway, chicken pizzola. Like
Even before then.
already before that.
Even before then, think about the cafeteria at school.
You get seconds.
You get seconds. So I don't have reduced lunch.
Yeah.
Okay?
It's like
$3.50. Okay?
It's still pretty.
It's good.
It's a good steal.
It's a good steal.
Yeah.
But your boy's making some gains.
Yeah.
So I would get seconds. And that's another $3.50. And you do this consecutively for the 5 days.
Yeah.
That's hella money.
That's a lot of money.
And I went to go drink bubble tea.
Oh yeah, I wasn't.
But I did
Once a
spend
week.
a lot of money on bubble tea. And back then it was like what, $3.75 for a bubble tea?
$3.75. Wow, prices are so cheap. Back
Yeah.
then.
Prices were pretty cheap, but I'll be spending money.
Yeah.
And my parents gave me money. All right, so $20 a week, which is a decent amount of money.
That's pretty good.
That's
Like,
good.
for like a 13-year-old, 14-year-old. That's pretty good.
But I think it stemmed from high key, being spoiled. Being, I would say, privileged for having parents that make money.
Your parents have both your parents have a degree. That's all.
Both parents have a degree. My dad has a master's in electrical engineering. My mom has a 6-year degree, CPA. So she's an accountant. So she made money, but when they came here, they were dirt poor. Obviously, coming from Vietnam, they're dirt poor. My mom had to make money for 7 people out of her family, and then when you have kids, you want to make money to support your family. So I got pretty much everything I wanted, and that's a blessing and a curse. I have everything I wanted. I didn't have to worry about money. I didn't have to worry about finances. I didn't have to worry about anything. So growing up, went to a good school, got my own car. Cool, pretty sweet, right? But then I didn't learn how privileged I was until, I don't know, maybe college. So whenever I learned,
you had to pay everything for it by yourself.
not even that. I think I felt
Prices?
guilty about everything else, and that could be
something wrong with the parents giving you money and like spoiling because they don't want you to have the same life they had. But you learn different things by having to work for it versus having to get it as well.
Yeah. Well, it's because we worked at Jamba Juice together, right?
Oh, yeah.
Then I'm like, damn, $100? That's a lot of money. What the fuck? You could buy a lot of shit with $100. And plus, I didn't know how to buy food and like
Or budget.
budget, so I didn't learn those skills.
Quick little interruption. I still don't know the budget. I just know that I have X amount of money. Don't spend more than I make. That's my budgeting.
Yeah.
And I never I know I always have money in the bank just in case, but I never learn I have like a pie chart. Like you have X amount of money. A little bit comes out for groceries, taxes, bills, all these random miscellaneous things. I never did that. Like
Mm-hmm.
now it's hardcore. I never had to budget or balance a checkbook.
Okay.
I know I'll do it
Yeah.
because you're in Cali. It's pretty much the same thing, but I don't need to.
You never use a spreadsheet to budget.
No, I never had to because I knew I could afford it.
Mm-hmm.
But then because I knew I just needed to be. I'm not eating steaks every day. Like, how about that? I'm not buying steaks every day to eat. I never went out to eat either in college. I might have went out like once or twice a year, and that was it. I just wasn't really my thing. Because I enjoy cooking, even though I don't know how to cook a lot of things. My go-to meal to make is milk, then cereal, then the bowl. That's my go-to.
You put milk first and then cereal? Wait.
Yeah, I'm not a psychopath.
Wait, you're supposed to put cereal first
No,
and then milk?
I'm not a psychopath.
Anyway.
In that order: milk, cereal, then the bowl.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm not a fucking psychopath.
All right. I can picture that right now. Damn, I'm gonna do that
Or,
tomorrow.
or I would boil water, freeze it, and save it for later in the fridge. Yeah, that would save me time. So when I need it, I just take it out and reboil it, and I have hot water.
Budgeting.
All right,
101.
back on topic.
Back on topic.
Sorry.
Yeah, like you said, being spoiled is fine. I think the problem is most people aren't aware of it. So I was aware of it. Maybe I think when I first broke up with my girlfriend back in the day, then I really learned money, and then a lot of failures. I think through a lot of failures, through like school, relationships, all these things, you learn a lot, right?
Yeah, you learn.
You
As long as you learn something out of it.
Yeah.
Something good came out of it.
So I learned that, okay, well, I'm actually, I have a sustainable lifestyle.
Very fortunate.
Very fortunate, very privileged. And this helped me understand, okay, here's the thing. It's a blessing because I don't have to worry about things, but it's also a curse because I never know struggle. And struggle means working your...
Different perspective of life you get out of it.
Yeah.
But you can still get it. You just a different path of getting to it.
Yeah. And then that goes into what I'm doing now or what I've done for the last 3 years is that before I was working at 24-hour fitness, thought it was my dream job. I'm like, okay, I'm going to be a personal trainer. Great. This is what I want to do. Obviously, right?
Yeah.
This is what I want to do for the rest of my life because I'm really passionate about this. You can make money off it. You've seen people make money off it. You've seen people become successful. But then when I got to the industry, everything was bullshit. Right. All my management, fuck you guys. I fucking hate these guys because, you're there to help people to create a lifestyle and be healthy, right? Yeah. But management just wants you to make a sale. I'm like,
because the more sales you make, the more money. They have a bigger bonus. Probably.
They get a bigger bonus. They get more equipment for the gym, and obviously, you're the pig.
Yeah.
You're the one doing all the work.
Personal training is where they make the real money.
Yeah. So the only way you can get better at personal training, making more money, is that you train more people.
That's how they measure performance.
Exactly. And I made the most money during summer, which was the hardest season to make money. I got 5 sales, high ticket sales, and each sale was $1,500 for 6 weeks.
That's a lot.
I was pumping, bro.
That's pretty expensive.
I was grinding.
How much is that per day?
So it's an hour a session.
Sir.
So
5 days a week.
Divide six.
$100.
Yeah.
100.
Yeah, it's about 97 or something like that.
Shit.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot.
And people in Issaquah, they spend a lot of money on personal training. Anyways, was not happy about it, and at this point, I was making alright money, but I was grinding. I was making cold calls. Was not enjoying my time there, even though I loved it. I was just getting bitched by all the management. Being a slave to the phone calls, calling people that don't want to be called, and then at the end of the day, I saw this ad on Facebook, and I'm gonna shout him out because he's a great mentor, and I've learned a lot from him. Lynn, who was my personal trainer or business mentor for personal training, helped me in fitness. And the reason why I went to him because I was in a scarcity mindset. I was struggling because I wanted to make more money, be more successful as a entrepreneur and personal trainer. And I learned a lot. I learned a lot because he taught me about business, about marketing, Facebook ads, being different in the fitness industry because it's so saturated. There's so many people, and learning all these things, right? But here's the thing that really tested me was I had to put down a deposit of coaching. I had no idea how much it's going to cost. So I went on a sales call. I don't know if I told you this, how much it costs. I think I did tell you this.
A little questionable.
But that's the thing, right? Most high ticket prices, I'm going to tell you guys the price. It was 3 months for $6,000.
Pretty pricey, yeah.
That's pricey. That's money I didn't have. Money that I didn't have on demand. But I thought it over, and usually when you follow up the next day, you don't call back. You're like, fuck it, I am doing this. That's what happens when you do sales calls. But they gave me a payment plan of $2,500. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be making quick money, but it's really hard work because you gotta learn. You pretty much go through business school within 3 months. You gotta learn how to not only make sales calls, close calls, train. You also have to do marketing and business management, right? Which I've learned quite a bit. Yes, it's a lot of money, and you have different perspectives on that.
Yeah.
My parents have different perspectives on this because my parents said, never put yourself in debt as long as you pay off everything, right? And I was like, fuck. Well, I'm going to be stuck here at 24-hour fitness. I'm going to be stuck doing things that I don't want to do. And I kept paying this for 2 years. A lot of money. I spent a lot of money on ads. But the plus side is I was able to leverage that and actually coach ex-athletic dads, which I'm surprised because I'm not a dad and I don't look like a person who can coach dads. So marketing does work. And I did coach people. I gave them results and they really loved me. I had 20 guys in my group paying high ticket, about $300, $350 per month. So times that by 20, that's quite a bit. That's like $6,000, right? Within a month. So I was doing well at that time. But I wanted to change it up and rebrand myself to helping Asian guys. And at the time, even though I was making quite alright money, I couldn't pay off my debt all at once. I had to compound it, right? I was still spending money on ads. I was spending like $100 a day on ads. So I was willing to spend a lot of money to hopefully build a career for myself. Obviously, I wasn't happy. I was like, all right, this is not sustainable. I can't keep continuing to pay $1,000 for coaching. I can't continue to pay more money in ads. If I do reduce the money on ads, like $5 a day, I'm not going to get any sales. If you guys don't know how ads work, it's all by clicks. So it depends on how much does it cost for someone to click on you, how much does it cost for you to sell to them, and all these things. And I might get into that if you guys are interested in personal training, online training. But this is the process I went to. And now my view of money is very, very different. So in all hindsight, I'm in debt. And I'm gonna be honest, I was before COVID, and I quit doing my mentorship to save my ass and not be in more debt, $15,000 to $17,000, which is pretty much the price of someone who pays for college, right?
Yeah, first year, second year.
And I had to justify this because most guys, most students have student loans and have to pay off a lot more. I'm like, okay,
still pay my student loans off.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, money comes and goes. That's my value of it. Money comes and goes.
Yeah.
And I can grind. And I'm gonna tell you guys that I'm not successful yet. Like, I'm being straight up honest with you guys to tell you guys to follow my journey, follow our experiences and our different perspectives so that you can be a better person, be more financially stable, and hopefully live your life instead of your parents' life. And we talked about this in the last episode about following your parents' views and parents' dreams. But anyways, fast forward, 17,000 in debt. I was like, what the fuck am I gonna do? I can't continue. I don't like coaching ex-athletic dads, not the thing. So I rebranded to Asian American dudes, which I really love, and trying to build that again without spending ads, right? But it's been pretty hard, difficult. So back then I worked at a pho restaurant, minimum wage, free food,
some good, okay pho,
decent enough that it's okay. You can eat for free.
Yeah.
And that was a way to pay for debt. Fast forward, I did DoorDash, made a lot more money, been able to pay off my debt. Fast forward to, and I think I worked at Pham for almost a year. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I was grinding. Like I would do anything to, and that's the thing about money and my perspective is like, okay, well, I have to pay. I can't just sit around and not do anything. I have to make money. I wasn't sitting around and doing some bullshit. I was really going out and trying to grind. Might not be the best job. I might get looked down by my friends, by my family, but I had to do this so I know the struggle, because I never had that, and that's fine. I've learned a lot, big lessons from it. Fast forward to COVID, government came in, and pretty much, why would you want to work? And not to like make anybody upset about what's going on right now, but for me, I did get government release.
Yeah.
relief.
You had reduced hours.
I had reduced hours. I had to make money. I'm like, what the fuck?
I think restaurants closed for a little bit.
Yeah, restaurants are closed.
Yeah, restaurants are closed.
Or reduced hours, and I couldn't work, right? Anyways, thanks for the government, I was able to go in, make more money than I was making at Pham, and pay off my debt. And now I'm at $6,000 left in my debt, which is pretty good.
Pretty good.
Within 9 months
Yeah.
of paying it off. So I've been consistent. I've learned a lot. So the pros and cons of being in debt. Cons, let's start with cons. It sucks because you have anxiety. You're worried about how to pay off your bills. You're worried about what you're going to do to make money. You're worried about your future. You're worried about everything, questioning everything about your life, feeling guilty, all those things. But the pros from this whole 3 to 4 year experience is I'm not afraid to spend money in investing in myself. I'm not afraid to spend on mentorships, just like YouTube, right? I wouldn't be here without another mentor who has helped me through YouTube, trying to build a business and do it right. So I'm not afraid to spend things that are going to help me invest in myself, and also trading, right? I wouldn't have learned all the things from trading.
I don't think you know about you trade.
Okay, so I do trading on the side, or I'm actually trying to make this an income, another source of income, and actually make this a serious thing. So there's so many different things that I'm doing on the side. Mentorships, another coaching mentor. I have a trading mentor. I have all these resources that's helped me make money or be a better person, and honestly improve my life. So I'm willing to spend money that's gonna help me accelerate in every aspect of life, because it takes years to do this by yourself. So I'm willing to spend that, and because of spending $2,500 on this one coaching, everything else isn't that crazy. It's affordable.
It's affordable.
It's affordable, like $27 a month for coaching.
For trading?
$10 a month for trading, which is really, really good compared to other people who give you promises like, I'm gonna show you guys how to make $5,000 in a week, and then you don't learn the basics. You don't learn the habits, right? So there's different coaches that are gonna fucking scam you, that are actually gonna help you, and you just gotta find who fits with you and what values they're gonna give you. But at the end of the day, still paying off debt, still working, trying to make content, still coaching. But I'm telling you guys that I'm not successful yet. I'm not where I want to be, and I want to give the impression on YouTube, on social media, that I have everything, because social media is a fucking lie.
Of course it is.
Most social media content, they don't tell you like the real story. Like, especially because I was listening to the podcast called The Roommates, these two black guys who are talking about dating, elevating like men being masculine and being successful and dating, whatever. They're talking about how everybody on IG, fitness models, are low-key fake.
A lot of them are.
Yeah, but most people don't really realize that, right? So,
which is unfortunate.
Which is unfortunate. You're giving false expectations of what, like, let's say, what women look like, what you look for a girl, what money looks like, what being successful looks like. So I want to give you guys like an in-depth look of my experience and show you guys, follow my journey, or at least I can help you guide you into the right direction and give you guys suggestions, not advice, because I'm not certified. I'm not certified.
These are all suggestions.
These are all suggestions. So I'm gonna give you guys suggestions on what you need to do, because we're still learning this.
We're still learning this.
I'm still learning a lot.
Neither of us are certified financial advisors. Don't take everything you say. Always like look at both sides. Find something that you can find better, or find some salt. Basically, what we say. Don't take it word for word and do the same thing. Mm-hmm. Everyone has their different journey.
Yeah, if I tell you,
Spy puts 500.
Okay, buddy. All right, no. But if I ever tell you to spend $6,000 on coaching,
no.
It could be. It depends. It depends. Have you done your research on? It's like a pyramid scheme. Like, have you done your research on this?
The puns.
Because I did do my research on who this guy was. What was his sales process, his testimonials, what they were doing, their process. I'm like, okay, fuck it, dude. Not fuck it, but I was like, I'm gonna give it a try because if you don't know, if you don't try, you don't know. And thankfully, this guy didn't scare me. This guy was from Australia, okay? Who the fuck would I listen to in Australia? And he was Asian. He was Vietnamese. So I'm like, okay, this guy. And I watched a whole hour or 2 hours of his webinar. So I learned a lot from him. And I'm going to take that until, keep that going in my career. And, hopefully you guys will either invest in yourself and trial and error. I think that's the biggest message from what I've learned. And continue to be aware of what you're doing and what you continue to be doing.
Also, we have two, Tai and I, but we have different investment methods. I'm not a trader. I'm an investor. I buy and hold long term. Explain what you do.
I do options trading. So options trading is shorter term. They have expiration dates. So when a stock market goes up, let's say you buy stock and it goes up 1%. You make like 10 cents, let's say. But if you're buying options or selling options, it goes up 1%, you could make $100. So it's high risk, high reward. But the way I trade is going to be, it's not going to be very, very profitable. Let's say 10% of your account, you're going to make 10% out of your account per week. Not that much. Mm-hmm. But it compounds, right? Like you said, if you do stocks, it compounds and you make more money over time. If you make if you have $100,000 in your account, you make 10% of that, that's $10K, right? So that's the whole goal of like option trading, because you have a bigger leverage. So if the stock market goes up 1%, you make more money than you're holding the stock itself. But for you, it compounds like dividends. It compounds every single year or so, depending on the stock. So, and if you guys can, and I'll shout out the mentorship that I'm doing right now. His name is T from Focus Trades. If you want to get, there's a lot of people who are getting into trading. So
like everyone should.
Yeah, everyone should. And if you want to do option trading, he has so much free content. He does webinars every single day, twice a day, and you can learn a lot. So you can go up to his YouTube channel, focustrades.com, Focus Trades on YouTube. Go on Instagram, Focus Trades, search up T, and he'll be there. But yeah, that's my side of money and what I see in terms of finance. And right now, it's all about paying off my debt, and hopefully, and that's my whole goal this end of the year, is to pay off the debt. Might not happen, but I'm almost there. And at the end of the day, it's like trying to be successful, trying to make that bread, so you have a sustained lifestyle. And for me, now I don't spend that much money on food. Like, you see how much we spent yesterday? Fuck that.
I barely go out to eat. I think I don't eat out. When I was working in the office at a local utility company, I would only go out to eat on a Saturday or Sunday or Friday night. Max 2 times, and that was it. Not that big spender. So I was bringing my food every single day. I just bring food. There'd be leftovers at dinner, just bring it in. Mm-hmm. I think I only went out to eat like once or twice because I forgot my lunch, or I got something from the vending machine. Because I love, like, it's bad, but I love ramen. Like top ramen, like instant ramen, that kind of stuff. That kind of ramen.
That's pretty bad.
I would eat that ramen every single day for breakfast.
Yeah, I remember.
Kindergarten to last year of college.
But you had fresh broth.
I would make, somewhere in there, I would make fresh, I think, in 8th grade or 7th grade or 6th grade, I got my own broth, like chicken broth at home. But I love ramen. I know that, like, certain people, like, that's how you eat during college. you eat ramen, but like I never.
You enjoyed it.
I enjoy it. Like,
Yeah.
but now I'm a little more bougier. I don't get the top ramen anymore, or the Maruchan ramen. I get the Japanese ramen from imported, my local Japanese supermarket.
Yeah.
But sometimes I just like ramen. I like noodles. So some things don't change. No matter how much money I make, I still like.
You're still frugal too.
I'm still frugal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Still frugal.
Mm-hmm.
But just invest in your money. Honestly, that's
Invest in your money. Be smart with your money.
I only started investing when I was like 25. But if I had invested when I was 18, I would have made so much more money.
That's what school should teach us.
Because the thing is, for my investments, it's based off time. The more time you have, the more money you're gonna make.
Mm-hmm.
Not guaranteed, but likely. If you choose the right stocks, do your research, listen to you like go research on YouTube, find out what they say, but then go find something bad about the company. Because the YouTube people generally only talk about the good stuff.
Yeah.
But if you want a full like perspective, you should find something like what's wrong with the company.
Yeah.
And then justify buying it. But honestly, you can't time the market that well. It's just impossible. No one can time it every single time. Just invest your money. If you don't know what you're doing, just buy ETF until you learn, and then start diversifying.
Or you can do paper trading. You can paper trade and learn and practice.
What's paper trading?
So paper trading is like you're not using real money. You're
using fake money as if what happens.
You have to imagine that you do have that money and you practice using it. And you can go on like Thinkorswim to do paper trading because you can practice doing it, like understand what the charts are. There's so much that you can learn.
There's free knowledge out there.
There's free knowledge. There's free webinars. Like I said.
You don't know what you're doing. Don't do options yet. Just don't.
Yeah.
You're gonna lose your money real fast.
Yeah, and I mean we can talk about trading all day, honestly.
Mine's a short one.
Yeah.
I don't trade.
Yeah, I mean you just hold, right?
I
you
buy
invest.
But I might like sell one of my positions and then rebuy something else.
Yeah.
If I think it's overbought, but I would not be that person to explain to you how to invest or trade. I can give you what I think and like why I'm buying this or what I think about this, but I'm generally a long-term holder. I generally buy and wait like 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years before I sell it.
Yeah.
But that's like an in-depth or just a crash course.
Yeah, crash course. I mean this
background of money.
Wait until we make. Well, you already got it, but wait until I get. We can talk about trading. If you guys want to hear about trading, option trading, what I'm doing on the side, income, because I know a lot of guys and girls are looking for a passive income. Everyone's trying to make money.
Everyone's trying to make money,
right? And especially now because COVID, quarantine.
It's
really hard to make money.
It's really hard,
and it's really unmotivating because of all the shit that's happening. But there's still opportunities. There's no excuses for you not to make money. Plain and simple.
Also, the best time to invest is during recession, which is now.
Yeah, I mean the best time to trade is, anytime. But you gotta do your research.
But for long-term holders, recessions are like the best thing
But that's the hardest time to trade too.
It is
the hardest time for option trading. Yeah. But it's the best time to buy stocks and invest.
For when it dips, I just see it's on discount.
Yeah, that's what I see.
That's what I see. But also know that in a recession, companies go bankrupt. So make sure you choose the right ones.
Yeah, dude, we went 45 minutes into the podcast.
Probably need to trim it or something. Edit?
No, we're good. I mean, damn, if you guys want to see longer podcast episodes, I'm down to do an hour and talk about more stuff because 30 minutes is very short.
None of this is scripted.
None of this is scripted because we're just having a conversation.
We don't really plan this. Just talk.
Yeah, we just say, hey, the topic is financing. Today is dating. Today is confidence. And I had a whole poll of people talking about dating today. They're like, can you guys talk about dating? I'm like, well, I'll do it next time. Next episode about mine.
That's going to be a very short dating profile for me.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
And if you want to talk about the details, you can. But anyways, but yeah, that's about money today, finance. and take what you guys want from what we said, what Perry said, what I said.
Or don't take any of it.
Or don't take anything and just listen. And yeah. Any final thoughts?
Get that bread.
Get that bread. Get that money.
Don't get those L's.
Yeah,
you will get the L's though. It's gonna happen in trading.
For me, I think my final thoughts are be willing to invest in yourself. Get mentors and coaches that are going to help you evolve, help you make more money, if you're willing to spend the money. If you're afraid to spend money, you don't have to do that. You don't have to spend money on coaches. There's so many free resources that there's out there to make money. And maybe we'll dive into this topic.
Start early.
Start now.
Honestly.
Really early, because we're 26 right now.
26. Unfortunately.
Perry's 27. We're a little bit late, but we're still young.
Yeah,
we can still make it.
Still kind of old now.
But I think the next topic I want to talk about is
recently I started going in bed early, like 4 a.m.
All right, buddy. I went to bed at 3 yesterday, so
3 p.m.
3 a.m.
Nice.
Yeah.
4 a.m. is like the game, baby.
Yeah, I need that. But I think the final thing is I want to talk about next episode is finding your identity, doing the things that you want to do, in regards to what your peers say, what your parents say, and that all ties in with money. I think that's going to be a great topic because money is in everything. Almost everything.
You can honestly do a part 2 to money. There's so
part 2?
Like, things to say. Like,
yeah.
You just need some questions, basically.
Yeah, we can get some questions and go from there because there's so much more to it. But that's my experience with money, my view on money, Perry's view on money, and what he's doing. And hopefully this episode has helped you. Or
learn something
from my mistakes, especially. Anyways, guys, any final words, dude?
Try to get that bread, but
Try to get the bread.
You're gonna get some else along the way. It's just how it is.
There you go.
There's nothing you can do about it.
There you go. And we'll talk about investing and everything. But you guys gotta remember to like the video. If you guys are listening on Spotify, shout out to James. I know you listened to my first episode. You made it this far. Shout out to James because he did listen to it. I'm like, oh shit. He said I talked a little slow. It's because I don't want to say if, like, and, you know.
I'm pretty sure I say it.
No, you don't. You have a better. You speak better. You're more enunciated. You're more enunciated. At the same time, sometimes I can't understand you. Anyways, guys, like the video. Subscribe if you want to hear more content like this. We're trying to post a podcast every single week and expand more on not just fitness, but help you guys become more confident, outgoing, and athletic. All right. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.
Spy puts 500.